Did you see that? A bird whacked the drone out of the air. That is the weirdest thing. Hello YouTube! In this video we're going to take a look at the Supra 7 Pro. This is an FPV drone and they spared no expense on the packaging. Check this out. I'm always amazed when people sell drones that come in nothingness. Alright, let's open it up and see what's inside. So inside, there you go, now you can see a picture of it. That's the Supra 7 Pro right there. Kind of looks like the Eachine Trashcan. Well, the difference between this and the Trashcan, well, the reason you would buy this over the Eachine Trashcan is because you can put a 3S LiPo battery in this. Yes, this little tiny whoop can take a 3S LiPo battery. So, you know, a 2S goes like stink. Can you imagine with a 3S? You're probably going to lose this in the stratosphere. All right, let's take a look what comes in the box. So first up, these are your instructions. Next in the box, just a pile of bubble wrap cover. Oh, there's something down there. All right, so let's open up the bubble wrap. This would be our drone. All right, so here's the drone right here. Let's take a quick look at it. We see we have the antenna for the transmitter. That's to control it, to fly it up, down, all over the place. If you can move this camera down or up, obviously you would keep it up for FPV flying like that. And on the bottom, a place to put your batteries, and you have a little XT30 connector here, and you have the really cool motors. All right, let me tell you the specs super fast. So it is pretty much your standard size 75 millimeter, very popular tiny whoop. So by 75 millimeters in the FPV world, that means if you took a measuring tape and went from this motor to this motor, the center, it would be 75 millimeters. Now this thing only weighs, according to the specs, without a battery, because you can put any battery and it does not come with one. So you have to have your own LiPo batteries or buy them. It only weighs 35 grams. So extremely light. So that little 35 gram drone here is going to lift more than its weight probably, because LiPo batteries can get pretty heavy, especially if you go up to 3S. It's pretty modern. It's got an F4 flight controller with on-screen display. It's got 15 amp ESCs. That's why it can take the little 3S LiPo battery, and it has the little B-heli. Normal stuff you'd see on drones like this. It can take 2S or 3S batteries. Has a video transmitter that shoots out at 25 milliwatts all the way up to 200 milliwatts. So you can fly this quite far away. Has the normal 40 channels. It doesn't have smart audio or tramp support, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. I never use that really. The motors obviously are brushless motors. I don't know if you can see it. It says they're KV of 16,000. And what's the model of these motors? I think they're 0803s. The camera is a 1200 TVL camera, and they do call it an HD camera, but it all depends on how the signal gets to you, because you want the signal coming as fast as possible in analog, so don't worry about that. Now, also included in the box are 4 spare props. They also give you this little thing. Now, I've never seen one of these before, but I figured out quite quickly where it goes. Check this out. So if you take a look at the bottom of the drone, right here is your little USB port to connect to Betaflight. Well, guess what? If you try to put a cable in there, this piece of plastic is in the way. So this device here just plugs in and it shoots your USB out the back, so you can plug it in the rear. Now you can get the drone with a Spectrum receiver or an FR Sky receiver. I got it with an FR Sky, so I have to use a Taranis controller right here. So you'll need something like this to control this. So let's plug you in properly and see what happens. We'll get the startup sound. There we go. That's the ESCs doing their thing. So take that. And here's the video output, and just to show you, you can see if you look at the bottom right, I have a OSD on-screen display. It's showing me some data, and on the top as well, you can see it all there. So as I move this here drone around, my image moves around, which is an analog image. All right, before I take this for a flight, I am going to fix these antennas, because these antennas will get stuck in the motors and get chopped up, and you won't be able to fly this very far anymore. So I'm going to do a caveman style fix to this thing. You can do your own fix, but I'll just show you mine really quick. I'm just going to take 2 zip ties, very small, very light, and I'm going to attach the antennas to these zip ties so they're pointing up, vice, into the motors. And that's the end result right here. You can see the little antenna shooting out. They're not at a full 90 degrees to each other, but they will work. All right, I'm outside now to fly the Supra 7 Pro, and I was going to head to a big field. You can hear birds chirping everywhere, I'm sure. But it's pretty darn windy. There's gusts of wind. Oh, now the wind has stopped. Anyways, so in between wind, I'm just going to stand up here. I'll show you where I am. I'm in this little area, and down here I actually have the Supra 7. So I'm going to try to fly it in this small tiny area. Now, one thing I should show you is I do not have the correct batteries. You can see here it takes 2 1-cell batteries. So all I have is a 3-cell battery that I have attached here. It's just attached with an elastic. It's, you know, it's just going to sit like that. Now I have to warn you, this is a 3S battery, so that's full power. That's the claim to fame for this. I'm in a small area. so I'm gonna have to take it easy. If the wind dies down enough, I'll go to a larger area. The other thing to tell you is the camera right here is a camera that shoots out an analog low resolution signal that goes into my fat sharks. So the only way to show you what this here drone sees is to record the image on my fat sharks. And that is really, really, really low resolution. So expect to see a low resolution video of this here flying. Here we go. All right, get this going. Start up, controller's on. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's arm it. Take it up. There we go. That's water down there. I want to get away from that. Head. Okay, first flight, the battery fell out in mid-flight. Let's try that again. Try this again. Okay, go a little slower. Keep that battery. There we go. I'm going back over the water. I've secured it in with a load more of elastics. There I am over there. So you see I can't go very fast here. I'm going. So this is the best video I could show you on this thing because, well, this is the only place I can fly it. And you know what? I have to tell you this. I'm flying as slow as humanly possible because this thing wants to go so freaking fast. Here I am over here. There I am. I'm coming over me. Where it says low battery. Oh well, I gotta bring it back then. I'll just stay around me.
2 minutes.
Oh, there's birds hitting me. I got whacked with a bird. Did you see that? A bird whacked the drone out of the air. That is the weirdest thing. All right, now I gotta find this here drone in all this stuff. All right, little drone, it survived. The birds didn't kill you too much. Look at this. Up there. I don't know if you can see it. The birds are just going nuts. Take two, I've moved to another location. It's wide open, it's kind of breezy. Tiny whoops do not do well in the wind. So I have to try not to get it too high. I will lose control. But let's give it a shot. Power on the radio.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Thank you. Power on the drone, make sure that battery doesn't fly off. I really wish I had the correct batteries for this thing, but I do not, so this is what you're getting here. It'd be really good if I had a 2S battery on a day like today because then I could control it more in the wind. With the 3S, it really wants to go fast. And so when I slow it down to control it, it's a little bit difficult. Let's go back and try not to smash everything to pieces. Oh my God, there's water everywhere here. Let's get this up in the air. Whoa, there we go. So now I can see what I'm doing here. If you get a tiny whoop, it's best to fly them on non-windy days. You see, no matter which way I'm going, I've got wind gusts happening. So bring it down, fly over my head. Here I am. So unfortunately, you're seeing like a crappy low-res video here. Let me see if I can put it into a different mode without losing it here. Bring it back to the center. Whoa, could you hear the wind blowing? Hang on a sec. I'm in acro mode now, I think. Let's see, can I do a flip? There you go. Let's flip. 3S battery, it does a really fast flip. And it crashes really well too. Man, that hit the ground fast. There she is in the wet grass. And the battery came off again. So I think the battery flew off when I did a flip. I've got to have a way to attach this a bit better. All right. I've got the sun lighting up my little drone here so you can see all the grass that's stuck in it after all those crashes. Not bad, and the ground is super, super wet. You can see the water down there. It rained last night quite heavily. So all in all, a really good drone, a lot of fun, probably one of the fastest tiny whoops on the market presently. So if you want to go really fast, this is the one to have. If you want to fly it a little slower, put a 2S battery and you can manage it a little bit better. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my, whoa, the sun's over there. Hope you enjoyed my video review. If you did, sorry I couldn't show you too much because I only have this camera, so you're only seeing low-res video quality, and I didn't want to have it go on forever and ever. But if you enjoyed this review of the little Supra 7 Pro, or if you have any questions, post them below, and I'll try to answer them. All right, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to go put some sunscreen on, and we'll catch you in the next one.